What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, colorful ESPN worldwide leader in sports analyst, Stephen A. Smith, he attended last night's showdown between undefeated rising lightweight, now junior welterweight, Mexican superstar title contender, King Ryan Garcia, as Ryan Garcia took on former multi-division world champion, Dominican Republic superstar boxer or star boxer in Javier Fortuna. Okay, so Ryan Garcia, he ended up knocking out Javier Fortuna in the 6th round of the fight. Ryan Garcia, who is now 23 wins, no loss and no draw, 19 wins by way of knockout, 23 years of age, 5'10", with a 70-inch arm reach. He defeated Javier Fortuna, who was coming into the fight 37 wins, 3 losses, 1 draw, 26 wins by way of knockout. Javier Fortuna, 33 years of age, 5'6.5", with a 68-inch arm reach. With that said, 6th round, Ryan Garcia, he knocks out Javier Fortuna. He knocked him down 3 times in the fight. Beautiful left hook to the body. With all that said, Stephen A. Smith, he was in attendance, okay? And Stephen A. Smith is a big boxing fan, but as I always tell you, he's a casual boxing fan. So Stephen A. Smith, he states that the fight absolutely has to happen. They can't drop the ball like they did on so many massive big fights in the past between Ryan Garcia and undefeated 3-division world champion superstar boxer Gervonta Tank Davis, who is 27 wins, no loss, no draw, 25 big wins by way of knockout. He is 27 years of age, 5'5", with a 67-inch arm reach. That has been talked about for quite some time, not just recently, but before Gervonta Tank Davis even fought at 140 against former WBA regular world champion at the junior welterweight division and Mario Barrios, Mexican star title contender, right? Who was a regular champion. He was a WBA regular champion. And, he moved on to the welterweight division. But before Gervonta Tank Davis settled in on fighting Mario Barrios, the fight that was talked about was Gervonta Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia after Ryan Garcia had knocked out Luke Campbell, Olympic gold medalist, British star, lightweight title contender, okay? Once he knocked out Luke Campbell, the talk of the town was Gervonta Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia, okay? So that had been talked about for quite some time. But Ryan Garcia, we know he went on a hiatus. He stated that he had health issues he had to attend to. Then he had an injury to his hand. Then he stated that he had a fight set up. Then this was back in June of 2021, okay? Before that. So he stated that he had a hand injury. This was actually after Gervonta Tank Davis had knocked out brutally Mexican superstar 4-division world champion boxer in Leo Santa Cruz. That was in October. So they started talking about Gervonta Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia in between that time, okay? And Ryan Garcia, again, like I stated, after his fight with Luke Campbell, he knocked out Luke Campbell. He was floored in the 1st round of that fight. He got up, he faced the adversity, and then he stopped Luke Campbell, knocked out Luke Campbell in the 7th round of the fight. So after that fight, again, the talk was Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Tank Davis, okay? But again, Ryan Garcia after the fight. Now, this was January of 2021. So now Ryan Garcia, he started to tell the world that they was negotiating with Gervonta Tank Davis. He was featured on Hot Box with legendary retired iconic Hall of Fame superstar boxer Iron Mike Tyson, in which he started to say he was going to knock out Tank in 2 rounds, 3 rounds the most. And Mike Tyson, he FaceTimed Gervonta Tank Davis. And Gervonta Tank Davis said, let's make it happen. We're going to make it happen. The fight didn't come to fruition because Ryan Garcia then started to tell the world that he had a fight on the table to fight legendary 8-division world champion, iconic Filipino superstar boxer, Manny Pacquiao. Now, after he locked out Luke Campbell, Devin Haney was the WBC lightweight champion, undefeated, now undisputed lightweight world champion superstar boxer Devin the Dream Haney, who is 28 wins, no loss, no draw, 15 wins by way of knockout, 23 years of age, 5'9.5" with a 72-inch arm reach, okay? So with that said, Devin Haney was the WBC champion. Ryan Garcia, Luke Campbell was fighting for the WBC mandatory position. to fight Devin Haney. Devin Haney was in attendance. Ryan Garcia, he goes face to face with Devin Haney, and he tells Devin Haney, if I don't secure the fight with Gervonta Tank Davis, I'm going to fight you. Well, obviously, that didn't come to fruition. Why all of this ties in? Because Stephen A. Smith, who was a casual, he then says that, the fight needs to happen between Gervonta Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia because it's a massive, massive fight. And nobody wants to see Devin Haney in the mix. Now, he goes on to say that Devin Haney is a superstar, that Devin Haney is a great fighter. But the fight to be made is a massive, mega showdown between Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Tank Davis. Now, I don't deny that it's a huge fight. But this narrative that the undefeated, undisputed lightweight world champion is not a massive fight against Gervonta Tank Davis is getting way out of hand. Okay, Ryan Garcia has done nothing within the sport of boxing. Ryan Garcia has now 2 names on his resume that are notable, and that's Javier Fortuna and that's Luke Campbell. Okay, outside of that, Ryan Garcia has never fought for a world title, nor has he ever won a world title. Ryan Garcia's status comes from his endorsements outside the sport of boxing and his 9 million social media followers. Now, he has a huge social media following, and he has young adults and teenagers that follow Ryan Garcia, but not because of what he achieves in the sport of boxing. And what needs to be focused here is what happens in the sport of boxing. Because, see, when you have YouTube sensations like Logan Paul and Jake Paul doing what they do in the sport of boxing, it's frowned upon. It gets frowned upon because everybody says they're not real boxers. Well, if you want to close the door on that and you want to put an end to that, then the best need to fight the best and at the top of the top. Okay, Devin Haney is the best lightweight in the world, and you can make a case Gervonta Tank Davis is the best lightweight in the world. But there's no doubt they're 1 and 2. Ryan Garcia is a popularity fighter. Ryan Garcia has not accomplished anything in the sport of boxing. Now, he has all the talent, he has the skill set, but just like his big brother mentor figure, who now their rival seems to be, in 4-division world champion Mexican superstar boxer Saul Canelo Alvarez, who's the undisputed super middleweight world champion, 57 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, 39 big wins by way of knockout, 31 years of age, 5'8" with a 70-inch arm reach. Canelo Alvarez is fighting a who's who. He built his reputation, his legacy in the sport of boxing. And Canelo Alvarez, he said, it's sad that Ryan Garcia is not focused on the sport of boxing. He's focused on being a celebrity outside of the boxing. He's a celebrity that boxes. There's no difference between Ryan Garcia and Jake Paul. Okay, Jake Paul has built his name and reputation outside of the sport of boxing. Now he competes in the sport of boxing. The only difference is Ryan Garcia is a few steps ahead of him. The fact that he has fought bigger names now, actual boxers, and Ryan Garcia does have the skill set and he has the pedigree, the amateur pedigree, where he competed with Devin Haney, oddly enough. They came through together. But as they become professionals now, I'm not frowned upon Ryan Garcia's status, because I think that a lot of the young boxers should learn from what Ryan Garcia has accomplished outside the sport of boxing. But he needs to be more focused in it. And that's what Canelo Alvarez's point was, that Ryan Garcia would tell a well-renowned trainer, 2-time trainer of the year, Eddie Reynoso, who's longtime trainer of Canelo and a mentor of Canelo, that he would be coming to the gym at 12 and won't show up to 2. And then he would leave in 30 minutes, not committed to the sport. And Canelo Alvarez had an issue with that, okay? And it shows. Ryan Garcia has not shown any improvement inside the ring. He hasn't shown much improvement inside the ring. It's the level of opposition that he's fighting. He has very fast hands. He has potential. He has talent, right? And he has power. And ultimately, he has a left hook that's out of this world. And that saves him. Once again, in the Luke Campbell fight when he was flawed, okay, his defensive responsibility is flawed, right? He gets hit with the same left hook and right hook. That's what Javier Fortuna completely focused on that and abandoned any type of game plan. He was just winging left hooks and right hooks, and some of them was getting through. That's what Ryan Garcia was dropped by Luke Campbell with, okay? But he has a left hook of his own that's damaging to his opponents, and that's what dropped Luke Campbell and put him out. And his first knockdown against Javier Fortuna, I don't believe he ever recovered from. So when you have casual fans like Stephen A. Smith, who's an anchor on ESPN that has a major platform, and has the air of many sports fans. And he's telling the world that nobody wants to see Devin Haney. And he's telling the world that it's a massive mega fight between Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Tank Davis, when it has nothing to do with achievements in the sport of boxing. That's not good for the sport of boxing. Because if that's the case, then Jake Paul versus Canelo Alvarez should be a massive, massive fight in the sport of boxing. Because they're two massive entities outside the sport. Now, Gervonta Tank Davis is viewed as the cash cow from junior welterweight on down, for sure. He just did 350 to 400,000 pay-per-view buys reportedly. He broke the live gate at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York, May 28th, with fellow stablemate, lightweight title contender Rolando Rolly Romero star boxer, which did reportedly $5 million gate, which broke the record at the gate for boxing. So he's a superstar, but Gervonta Tank Davis is more of a superstar for who he is inside the sport of boxing and his excitement inside. Now, Ryan Garcia is excited in the sport of boxing, but he hasn't done anything to downplay what Devin Haney has done. And to say that this is a massive mega fight that way supersedes Devin Haney versus Gervonta Tank Davis is completely false and irresponsible. So let's see. Looks like Devin Haney is looking to seek out two-time Olympic gold medalist, 3-division world champion, former unified lightweight world champion, Ukrainian superstar boxer Vasil High-Tech Lomachenko. 16 wins, 2 losses, no draws, 11 wins by way of knockout. He is 34 years of age, 5'6", with a 66-inch arm reach. Looks like he's looking to seek out that mega fight, legacy fight, in October. Okay, and Devin Haney don't get paid far behind Gervonta Tank Davis. He gets paid more than Ryan Garcia. So that would be a big legacy fight for him in October if he's able to secure that. And it looks like Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Tank Davis, which is a big fight, don't get me wrong, in December is going to take place. I'm excited about Ryan Garcia versus Gervonta Tank Davis. It definitely is a big fight. But is it leaps and bounds ahead of Gervonta Tank Davis versus Devin Haney? No. So that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.